Now he coups it. And then we Vilgefortz it, I guess. I mean, we could just make another Felipe. Today we're going to be playing some good old Assimilate. I've had a ton of requests to play pure Assimilate, so that's what we're going to do, play some Assimilate. The reason it took so long for me to do is because I kept trying to make an Assimilate deck with Gimpy Gerwin, because I really wanted to try him out. Where is he? With his, talked about him in my favorite epic card video. But yeah, I really wanted to make a deck with Gimpy Gerwin and Assimilate, and it just didn't work. I tried pretty hard, so we're just going to make a regular Assimilate deck here, and also try out maybe like one new change in Lydia, so. We were playing Double Cross, we're playing the Lamp Djinn. I just don't want to go super tall, and our engines, we are not really playing any engines, so outside of the Assimilate cards. So the Veil and the Advantage don't help too much. Plus, if you're playing Tactics, it's nice that Lamp gives you a body on the board. As far as the rest of the deck, we are playing Torres. It gives the opponent stuff spying, so we can copy them later. Really good. Arta Terra Nova makes copies of the spying stuff. None of this is like too complex, but we just wanted to try it out. Then we have the Brothans. We are playing the two spying cards, Duchess Informant and Emissary. I consider playing Mage. What's the 4 provision one that does 3 damage? Mage something or other. Infiltrator. I played this for a little bit. It's good against monsters with Thrive, like Neckers and Dragolar, but most of the time it wasn't working out. Then we have the Coup de Grace. It's just nice to make copies of things. If your opponent isn't careful, you can do insane things with coup, but most of the time they're careful. Like, one thing you can do, I mean, if you can ever force, like, a Skellige player to play Fukusha early, and you can, like, coup it or something, it's insane. Or if you can get, like, a Monsters player to play their Regus Bloodlust, you can play copies of that, that's insane. But coup's just, like, pretty strong in general. Then we have the Yonkel Wait. We are playing a bunch of tactics, so I figured we would go for the Yonkel Wait. I did not go for the Stefan Skellen. You could fit the Stefan Skellen in. He is really good, by the way, in the deck. Stefan Skellen is really good, but I have him, I've been playing an Ivo deck, like, separately from this. I didn't want to overlap them too much. You know, like Ivo, and yeah, I didn't want to overlap those two decks too much, but Stefan Skellen is a consideration if we go back to the older school thing. But you probably have to cut something like Rune Mage and some more provisions, so I just didn't do it. But we are playing the Yonkel Wait for the deck stacking, which is really good. The Rune Mage, we just mentioned, and it mostly is here so you get the 5 on the leader. That's actually kind of impactful. Seeing the opponent's last 5 cards in round 3 is actually really, really good, because it lets you know like what they're going to play, how to play around it, and the information is kind of important. So, plus if they're playing Adrenaline cards, you get to see them before the Adrenaline wears off, stuff like that. So I really like the Rune Mage. It also helps with Artorias Vigo a little bit, and things like Diplomacy. Then we are playing Vilgefortz just for removal. If you want to play something like Invocation, because it puts the unit on top of your deck, and you play it off the top of your deck later, triggering Assimilate, that's fine too. Or if you want to just put in Heat Wave. The thing is, for those two, they're not tactics, so they don't have as much synergy with the Yonkel Wait. You don't need all 12 tactics. We are playing 12 tactics. You don't have to play all 12 if you don't want to, since there's no Stefan Skellen, so you could run one of those. I just like Vilgefortz. Then we have the Artorias Vigo. He makes copies of stuff. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 bronzes. So you could cut one of them to make the Artorias Vigo always consistent. But since we have the Yonkel Wait, you'll be playing the Rune Mage before the Artorias Vigo pretty much every game, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. Then we have Lydia. Lydia lost a provision. She was a 9, now she's an 8. You could run Bribery in a slot, which is originally what I was doing. Yeah, I was originally running Bribery, wherever it is, before Lydia lost her provision, but we want to try out Lydia, so we're going to put her in instead. I did a tactic somewhere else. So, yeah, she just creates a special for the opponent's faction, which is really good, or your ranged one, you can play one that they've already used, which is pretty good. Playing the one they've used is actually kind of good against the Symbiosis in particular. Say they play one Rebuke, you play their Rebuke, and then they can't get it back with Force Protector, which is kind of cool. or you can take one of the waylays out, something like that sometimes. Then we have the one Nausicaa Sergeant. Would love to have two, and I consider playing Glynis instead for the extra Assimilate, but I think with Glynis you definitely have to have Von Skellen, because it just makes it so much better. But Nausicaa, we are playing the one of in the deck. I would like to, but you could cut Lydia maybe for that, or something else. I know, or something else is fantastic advice. But yeah, it's not, it only comes online if you've lost a round, so you, round 2 or 3. It's not that great to open with, and you're going to draw it with your Rune Mage. There's no slave drivers or anything in here. We're not playing an Ivo deck or soldier deck, so it's not as strong as in those, but it's still pretty good. Triggers your Assimilate when it makes the card. The 2 remedies, just playing stuff the opponent's graveyard. Again, we're playing into the Assimilate. Just play things from the opponent, trigger our Assimilate. This lets you be flexible, right? You can take their lock cards. If they're playing Nilfgaard, they have bronze locks. You can take their engines. If they're playing like monsters, you can take their things they want to use Mamuna on, or Incubus on. You know, there's a whole bunch of options with Remedy. Torture, Mage Torture puts out Spine, lets you trigger your coup. Has Assimilate, has Veil, which is kind of nice. So, just like pretty decent. Then we have Duchess Informant, just the one, because we are using the Brothans to get another one, and probably the Ortargus Vigo get another one, and you can coup it. So you don't need to, I don't think, and it is a 5 Persian card, so I like the other 5 Persian cards a little better. We've got 2 Diplomacies. This just makes stuff, it's flexible. Rune Mage helps it quite a bit. Then we have Turning Jousts, which is our only raw removal card in the deck outside of Vilgefortz. So removal might be something we have a little bit of trouble with, but on the other hand, we just put Spying on it and make copies of their stuff for removal ideally. But just keep in mind, like, we don't have a Heat Wave or anything to deal with the scenario, so removal is a little bit of a weak point of the deck. Then we have the Battle Preparation, 2 Obsidian Mirrors. I was running 1 Obsidian Mirror. We added the second one. We swapped the Bribery for Lydia. Mirror's just kind of really good in certain matchups, so, and it's not, you just like have it in your opening hand and you keep it if you're up against like monsters where you can copy a bunch of Thrive cards, or against anything with a bunch of engines. Otherwise you just put it away. With the 2 Boohurts and an Emissary, there's no False Siri in here. You could go with a False Siri combo if you want to, but I think that's not as great here. But anyway, this is the deck. Should be pretty fun to go do some Assimilate stuff. I'm not sure how strong it is right now. I'm also not, I think the Von Skellen version might be a little better, but maybe we'll do an Ivo video later, seeing as I just talked about the deck and didn't want to overlap them. But anyway, let's go get into some games and see how it works out. I'm going up against Kill Slugs here. Interesting name. Precision Strike, so probably a high tempo round 1 deck. I've seen a fair amount of Renfree Precision Strikes lately. See what he's playing. Duvar Torres, probably just open that. Love to see him as an opener. The nice thing with Torres, too, is it gives us a kind of cool play, where if once he Precision Strikes, if he has the 2 Dryads in his deck, we can copy 2 of those, and then we can go, like, Duchess Informant on one of the Dryads he plays. What are they called? The Sentinels? And then Sentinel his Sentinels and pull 2 out of our deck. Just, it's kind of cool. I'm not sure it's any good, but it's kind of cool. Let's see what he's playing. I expected to see like a Dwarf Chariot here or something with the skull. Ah, it's dragons. Can't say we're surprised by that. It's probably just dragon Precision Strike bombs. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Just throw the Torres. Anyway, here. Yep, there's the bombs. We copy this, so we can get rid of his stuff. And then we copy these, I suppose. Now we have our own Xavier to get rid of his Madoc.
The knight should help. Our codex commands
And for anyone who doesn't know, the ultimate answer here to what you do against these stupid decks, there is a way to just play around these decks, which is really boring and stupid, and why I hate this matchup, is you just go like this. You ready? See, look, now he has to pass. Very good. Then we go stack our deck.
I shall not repeat Emil's mistakes.
Then we give this spying.
Do I enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
And then we need 13, so we go Brothans, play the Emissary.
Your humble servant.
We go play the Diplomacy. And we just go to round 3. We're gonna be down a card, but it's fine. His deck's reliant on carryover value, and he's not gonna get any. He's not the big dragons left too, but that's fine. We do want to have a... We're going to draw this, this, and this. That's fine. We do want to have this. We can spying on Okvist. I'm curious if he bombs that to get the Madoc out of his deck. He does not. And this hand's fine. We needed like 1 more point or 2 more points round 1 to get ahead there. It's kind of sad we didn't have it. We could have just waited on Torres, I suppose. But we wanted to figure out what his deck was. We could put spying on that instead of well, can't talk. Instead of on Okvist. Okvist would be better to put it on though. Could play Rune Mage. Let's go with the Rune Mage here. We don't have Devotion on Amnesty, which means we don't get the +2 points. I think we still play it though. Still the most value. You love to see that. We could spying this. What are our plays? We could go either Torturer. Lydia, we're going to wait till he plays a bomb. We could also, I guess, Lydia the Northern Wind and bomb him back without the Xavier. That's an option too. So we can either just like throw Lydia, throw Mage Torturer. I think the best play is just throw Mage Torturer.
Suffering ennobles, friend.
We want to play it here so the 3-2-1 bomb doesn't have an easy setup though. It's Okvist time. There's the Dimeridium Bomb. Really want him to play Northern Wind, because I think that Xavier is going to have a hard time hitting this, because he's going to keep bringing it back. So let's go Vigo. And just play our Nausicaa. He's going to have to use a ping again. Ping in Northern Wind is what we want to see here. Then we can Northern Wind the Madoc. There's Northern Wind. Now we can Lydia that and deal with the Madoc. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
Please, pay no heed to my face.
Well, that's gone. There's the Akvist. There's the card we have Vilga Forts here.
Quite the menial task. Moment. Must record. Get this down.
Then we start making our Saskias. Should have leadered there. Do it now. His hand is so bad. His hand is awful. I guess we make a bomb. So this game's a win. I was worried we'd see something there. We'd want to play around it with these, but no, he just has bombs.
Don't snap your spout at me. I'm not
I think we just... This guy's just big tempering then, right? Waylay's the best. There's no way he wins unless he top decks the most insane thing ever with his other sapper. No, there's just no way he wins. He like hardly has enough points to get ahead right now. There's Northern Wind. He's gonna ping again. I'm gonna do the 2 damage here, sure. But he's just kind of dead. Just take the armor off of that. Make another Saskia. He did top deck 1 card, yeah. I mean, theoretically, that is how you play against no unit. Like, if they... These stupid bomb decks, if there's nothing for them to bomb, they can't do anything. So we showed you that round 1. But really, round 1, I think we should have held off on the Torres. We should have just held off on the Torres. Although it did tell us, if we knew it was bombs, we don't play the Torres to last for the tempo. We didn't know it was bombs, we played the Torres. But that's one way you can deal with these stupid bomb decks. They never see it coming for some reason. Imposter. This will be an interesting one. Crystal Skull. If we see like the stupid, I call it stupid a lot. Crystal Skull on the 1 soldier, we would be a little annoyed. These are better later. Don't really want them round 1. Statuses will be kind of hard to deal with. Yeah, statuses are hard to deal with for us. I think we just pick this. It forces him to lock it or something. You didn't really have good choices there. We just had to try and high roll off of the diplomacy. I wanted to like an assassination or something, but this is pretty good too. He's gonna lock it though. Our concern here is we have no locks, and our only controls Tourney Joust and Vilgefortz. Yep, there's Duchess, like I was gonna say, Duchess Informant, not Duchess Informant, whatever this thing's called. Thirsty Dame is just too much of a problem. He's just gonna lock it right off. That's interesting. It's the right play, though. We have no answer to this.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
We're gonna get Blood round 2. For sure. Let me just throw this down.
I forgive you. This time.
We can't win this round against his board,
No one is my lord. I'll remain unseen.
which is quite annoying, actually.
Please wait, Your Excellency. Falling behind.
I think we're just in an unwinnable position because of his taking that. Because we can't kill... We have to look for Felipe, right? If you don't kill Felipe, you lose the game. And that means that we can't kill his Duchess and... Not Duchess. We can't kill his Thirsty Dames. So our only real out is going to be making Thirsty Dames of our own and trying to get more poisons and such. But that will be kind of hard. We don't keep turning Joust because he's not going to let us lock anything useful. Oh, that's a really good card.
Do I enjoy
We want spying on that. Just making locks for his cards will be so much better than actually having to kill them. He shouldn't have played this. At least not until he had to.
Please, no blows.
It's just really useful.
I only served it.
I think here we just play the Rune Mage. Is there a point to taking things out of his graveyard? Yes.
My prescription. A bit of
This should
blood.
threaten too much. Yeah, that should make him pass. We could play our Torres still, which is a thought. I think we will.
Legacy. Immortalized.
How many aristocrats do we have? I don't think we have very many. I've counted before. We don't want the aristocrats. We do want this, so we can make poisons. Do we want this? It would let us coup it. I think this doesn't help unless he plays it out of his hand. I think we do these three. And I think we give this back to him so we can play out of his graveyard again next round. Having the Master of Puppets, just having access to it's amazing. And the other thing with Tor is we don't want to go tall round 3. But we're gonna, just because of poisons. Okay, this is actually a really good card here. The Hunter locks pretty good. The Remedy would be nice. Is Remedy better than lock? Let's see, we got one lock here. Can make a lock here. I think we just keep this lock in our hand, honestly. I think we just keep this. See, and then we open up with the Master of Puppets here, right? Yeah, we just make Master of Puppets again. We just open with this. It forces him to lock it. This Master of Puppets is really changing the game up, which I guess is kind of the fun with Assimilate. You get a lot of different games going on. Let's see, what do we want to go next? Lydia's not going to be great. We could set up our own engines. Let's go with Artorias Vigo first.
You will not regret this.
And let's just go with Inoska. Nothing committal. This would be the scenario, right? Alright, we could try to go for the see if he has Heat Wave in his hand play.
A taste of is it?
I think we do just throw our leader here, because if we see Heat Wave, it's really good. If we see a lock, it's really good. So he's got Ku, Amir, Felipe. Felipe is a really strong contender here. He has his own Ku, though. If we go Felipe, is that good enough? We should have gone Nausicaa first. Or not Nausicaa, Duchess Informant first. Let's go Amir.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Gets us another card.
Beaters, forward! Let the hunt begin.
And then let's do this. We can still coup the or we can still put Spying on the Felipe and coup it now. We're gonna Vilgefortz him. That's the scariest card. And Amir with the Thirsty Dame means he has to answer those. He's gonna lock our own. Let's go with that.
He's up to something.
We could coup the Amir. That is a thought. We could potentially get double Felipe here. Right, if he plays Felipe out while we have our Amir, if he does that, we can get the spying on it and make 2 copies. That is potentially really scary. It's probably just safer to Vilgefortz it, though. We're probably just going to Vilgefortz it. Let's not be super greedy. Speaking of super greedy, we're just going to straight do this right now. Just make more Thirsty Dames. We have Amir out with active Thirsty Dames. He has Amir out without active Thirsty Dames. He's going to lock here. Right? Poison. We Vilgefortz the Felipe. Or we can just coup it. We coup it. He has coup of his own. I think we coup it.
Excellent. I'd hoped for a chase.
Now he coups it.
My favorite quarry.
And then we Vilgefortz it, I guess. I mean, we could just make another Felipe. Still our Vilgefortz then. Still Joachim getting. Oh, that kind of hurts.
A superb specimen. True.
He's already used his coup though. So I think we just go lock here.
Suffering ennobles, friend. You'll be a count once I'm done with you.
We start poisoning with Felipe now. Felipe's the scariest card in the matchup. The fact that we ended up with one that's active is really good.
I despise Dimeritium.
And then, yeah, we just go ranged, or melee, on Lydia.
Is merely an illusion, though granted strong and skillfully imposed.
Well, one of these is amazing. Give me that remedy. And then we want... Informant isn't that great. But this could be good, the pikeman. Does block off our Vilgefortz, sadly. But he's gonna have removal in his hand.
Now you see me.
Oh, now we do have a problem, actually. So this is gonna go... This poison's gonna be a lot of value. I mean, I'm not too concerned here. Maybe we should be concerned. We knew he had that. He's locking us. But I just don't think he has the points, necessarily. Even if we don't play this melee, we know he just locks our rows out. Maybe he does win this just by blocking our rows. This poison doesn't really help us. But I think it's worth locking this. See if he's got it. There's no way to unbrick our rows here just because he had the usurper. And if we didn't make this, we still have our rows clogged. Yeah, he gets this. Maybe. Actually, I think we win by 1. No, he's got to seize. He's got to seize. He's got it. We can't seize. Because he doesn't have space either. Yeah, so we do win this. There was no way to get our rows unclogged there. We picked the... I didn't talk through, but the reason we picked the... what's it called? The tactical thingy, the play from his graveyard with the Lydia, because we didn't want to give him the extra agent from the usurper we saw with the leader. The problem with that was then we clogged our own rows, but he would have clogged the row anyway with the thing, so it doesn't really make a difference. We did end up missing our Vilgefortz though, but I don't see a way we could have... Maybe we should just play the Vilgefortz really early. But Lydia has to go melee for order. He didn't have a special range in his graveyard. I don't know. It was just a really weird, awkward round theory. Going up against Blaze of Glory. Okay.
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
See what we can do here. If it's raids, that'll be a little bit annoying. Not a matchup where we really want these Obsidian Mirrors, I don't think. And this round 1, with this hand, we probably just want to try and set up some good spyings with these people. And then, the thing with Remedy is it's better round 2 or 3, kind of like Nausicaa. So I don't foresee us being able to pressure this round, which is why we really hope it's not raids. Because against raids, you do want to pressure. Crow Mother's probably a good card to put spying on. I really wish we had Coup in hand. We could have Couped Crow Mother and gotten a couple of them, and then... You know, maybe played one of their alchemies with Lydia, brought 2 back for carryover. That would have been quite cool. Unfortunately, we can't really do that, so... We'll still give it spying, because it's not a bad card to do. We still do that round 2 or 3 if we want to. Have a little carryover that way. I'm guessing he's just playing full crows, though, which will be kind of difficult to deal with. There's just so much carryover in that. If he goes like Axel 3 Eyes and transforms these 2 ranged crows, we'll have, I think, an issue. Of course, he actually has to play a card for us to figure out what he's doing. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a problem with these crows. I think the carryover is going to be too high. But we should, I think, spying the Axel 3 Eyes. It is our last, just like, deploy spying from Mage Torturer. But Axel 3 Eyes is fantastic for us because it plays a card too. So it double triggers Assimilate because it makes the Rhizome. That's definitely one we want to put spying on. There's the Crow Messenger. At least there's no Megascopes yet.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
And he's just gonna pass here. That's interesting. We could just go to round 3, but like I said, we don't have a scenario answer. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we're stuck just doing a couple of these.
My blade, I trust you have sharpened.
Yeah, we're stuck just going to this round 3. We don't have the tempo cards in our hand yet. Let's see, is there anything in his graveyard? Like, we could take a Crow. That's not amazing, though. We draw into Lydia. We want these 3 for sure. I think that this just improves our hand with one of those. Then, I think they're better than this, too. He might, like, go for some kind of make more crows here somehow. Like, maybe bring them back and play 2 Megascopes.
Plunge all into murk with a shrill cry.
We could always try and throw our leader early to hit a heat wave if he goes scenario. Oh, that is risky. And obviously we still have to worry about Blaze of Glory.
You can kiss my tail goodbye.
I mean, I guess this could be Renfree, Corrupted Flaminica. That's still an option. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was. Oh, nope, there's Megascope. Okay. I don't know what the point of playing the Megascope is here. To make another base Crow. Okay, sure. I guess that's another redraw. I don't know. Maybe he's playing... I don't know why you'd play that. It's about the same as the redraw, I suppose. I think we're perfect here. Perfect hand. Probably should not have put that Nausicaa back earlier, to be honest, in round 2. But any of these would have been fine, I think. Not these. I think, yeah, these 2 would be okay. These 2 would be okay. Right here, we've got basically all of our good cards. And we'll see what he has for us here. Probably open with a Rune Mage. The thing with the Rune Mage is it means the Torres gets a little messed up, though. Maybe open Torres. Yeah, we think we probably do open Torres. Because I don't imagine we're going to get anything... This is starting deck, right? We could do this on Axel. That'd be pretty good. So we do that on Axel. That would be an option. That would give us 6 points plus another trigger. Is that better than Torres early? I kind of think we just Torres early to make sure it's all good. And we will take... And what's the chance he has damage? Let's do this one. Yeah, sorry about that. It makes it a little harder for him to actually trigger the Berserk. And it doesn't seem like his deck doesn't have much damage outside of maybe a Fukusha. On the Axel, which would be okay. We can still spying a Fukusha with Artorias Vigo if we want to. Because then we could coup it, which would be really good. Things our graveyard doesn't have anything amazing. Could get extra Mage Torturers. We'll see. Obviously, he still has his leader charge ability. What if this is a Svangri deck? Here's an Aguara. Interesting. I think I like the Rune Mage here. I usually just pick whatever faction we're in for the Rune Mage. Any of you good? Status during our turn. Not particularly. This could be okay. We have what? One, two spyings, probably 3. Do 3 damage. This is probably the best choice. And let's just hit this down so we can coup it if we want to. We don't have an alchemy right now, but I'm guessing at this point we will do the Artud on the Axle, which will give us an alchemy. So that would be a pretty decent option there. There's the Kelpie. 4 turns of rain. So we have Last Day for Corrupted Flaminica with Vilgefortz, so that is good. Trying to think what we want to do here. Could go Artorias Vigo. The thing is, Duchess Informant's not great in this situation. We could always Artorias Vigo on the Nausicaa, which I like. Let's just do that here.
You will not regret this, good sir.
And let's protect this. It's a soldier, gets the full value, and it's in the row with the rain. So I think that doing that makes sense. Another Assimilate engine going as well. I think we're gonna use Lydia range or melee right now because we might run out of row space if we play too many Crow's Eye Rhizomes. So that is something to keep in mind. Because he's not worried about it though. Still no bronzes. We can go Emissary, potentially, here, instead of the Duchess Informant. We probably should just go Emissary. You probably just should, because of the additional... Just fill this row up, and then... I guess we might... if we boost this, he might kill it. Whatever, we'll do that. And that one, too. If it makes him leader, it makes him leader. But we might as well try and get the Assimilate engines going earlier rather than later. Yeah, he's going to do it now. Oh, that's not good for him. Guess it does kill an engine. There's the heat wave. Okay. So now we leader and see what's in his hand. Do we Artud first to trigger the Assimilate, or do we wait to see how we want to respond to his hand? I think we just do this first. Do our Axle 3 Eyes. That will bring back our own... Well, not our own Chrome Mother, but let's do this later. Then we take a look. He's got Commander's Horn, Fukusha, and Sahir Khan. Fukusha is amazing because we have Artorias Vigo. Because he killed it. It's pretty good. We can Duchess Informant or do some kind of spying. That'll give us a charge for our Enforcers to ping its Fukusha down to 3. Let's do it again. I don't think it'll be amazing to do again because all of our good stuff's alive still. But we know he's got Commander's Horn. Sahir Khan's probably going to kill something. I think we're in a really good spot. There it is. Can always coup that. We should probably just plan on cooing the Sahir Khan. Yeah, probably. Let's just play the Lydia.
Trifling import, you say?
None of these are amazing. We want our own point generation, I think. It's probably worth just killing off the Kelpie. We're not gonna coup it because we don't have beasts in our deck, so we'll just get rid of that, just in case he has more rain. And we're really far ahead now, so the only thing we really want to do is play around our lose conditions. There's the rain coming from the Fuchsia. Let's replay the Kelpie. Fair enough, I guess. Probably should have thought about that and not killed the Kelpie specifically. The Vilgefortz, we saw his hand. I think we just Vilgefortz the Kelpie. He doesn't have access to the Corrupted Flaminica, so he's no big finishers. The Kelpie's gonna get more value than something boosted by the Horn. There's the Tears. Only one Anglerfish. Did he draw it, or is he he's not. No, he's definitely not playing Shoop. So he just has another Anglerfish not in his deck, I guess. Interesting. Coup on Sahir Khan or on the Bride, or well, not Bride, on the Sahir Khan's what we want to do here. Now he's row stacked. His rows are full, which means we can't play this, which is a little annoying. But he also can't play anything here. So we saw his hand, and we know that he had the Commander's Horn as his last card. Do this, and do the damage, and we win. We had to wait to do the coup until after the Horn. I guess we could have couped first. Yeah, could have couped first there. I don't think it mattered. I'm just thinking if we did coup first, then there's space for the Duchess Informant. That doesn't help. I guess the Duchess, I guess it's like 2 points or something. Yeah, I guess it's like 2 extra points. So that was some Assimilate there. Assimilate's pretty fun. I never do super well with Assimilate, to be honest. I don't know if it's just like the deck. I have trouble like coming to terms with the deck, or it's too much thinking and I'm too stupid. I can't figure out what to save for round 3. I think we did that in one of these games here. We did, like, round 3 was super complex. But it's kind of fun thinking through. I just usually don't do super well with it, but today worked out alright. I don't have too much else to say other than Bribery and Lydia are options. Stefan Skellen's always an option, stuff like that. So there are choices here. Glynis is an option. You don't have to play Rune Mage, which is pretty weird not playing Rune Mage if you're playing Double Cross, just because the extra cards are really useful. So, I don't know. I'm far from an Assimilate master. I think Double Cross is my least used leader in the entire game. Just kind of funny. That or Enslave. It's one of the two. But that is the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Unfortunately, I don't have too much to add here, other than don't try Gimpy Gerwin, because we did that for a long time and it did not work. So, other than that, don't have much to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.